A very good evening to you here on Joy 99.7 FM, your superstation, channel of blessing and your place of inspiration. 3 minutes after the hour of 9, right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Today, Sunday, the 10th of October 2021, is a day the Lord has made. We rejoice and we're glad in it. My name is Ato Acquah, and I'm ably supported by Abraham Ofori, my producer. This is A Walk with Jesus, and you are welcome to your Christian infotainment program right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Last week, we started a discussion on understanding the deliverance ministry, and we promised to continue. However, there's a topical issue on the LGBTQI+, which we have to discuss. Here in Ghana, there's a big debate about a bill to criminalize LGBTQI+ activities in the country. The bill, which is termed a bill on the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values, is to ensure that promotion, advocacy, funding, and acts of homosexuality and the likes is criminalized in the country. The Church of Pentecostal last week presented a memoranda to Parliament cautioning that it will vote out any political party that stands against the passage of the bill. Meanwhile, a group of academics and lawyers have also voiced concerns about the bill, arguing it would dent Ghana's image as a bastion of democracy because of clauses in the bill that curtails individual rights and freedoms. But the question is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer and their related activities, that's LGBTQI+, really a rights issue or it's a morality issue? What makes it wrong for a person to be attracted to the same sex? What does the Bible mean when it says, do not practice homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman? It is detestable to the Lord. Leviticus chapter 18, the verse 22. What does Ghana's culture, values, and laws say about LGBTQI+? What's the spiritual implication for us as a country if we allow practices of homosexuality to continue? If our bodies are the best temples for God, in fact, if they're the temples of the living God, well, what's the essence of building a cathedral for God if we cannot honor God with our bodies and promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values? These are some of the questions we seek to find answers to here on A Walk with Jesus. Kindly share your comments and questions with us on the topic with via WhatsApp 055-1111-997. That's 055-111-997. And on the Joy FM Facebook page as well. We're streaming live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitter. Kindly connect with us and share the links so that friends and loved ones can also get connected. This is A Walk with Jesus. My name is Ato Acquah. We'll be right back after this musical break. When we come back, I'll be introducing my resourceful guests tonight.
Nyawa ya
All right, so you're welcome. If you just tuned in, this is A Walk with Jesus right here on Joy 99.7 FM. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitter, 11 minutes after the hour of 9. And we're discussing the legislation against LGBTQI+, looking at the issue from the moral perspective. And to help us with this very important discussion, I have joining us on Zoom Reverend Emmanuel Barrigah. He's the General Secretary of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, GPCC. A very good evening to you, Reverend Barrigah.
Good evening, Pastor Ato.
How are you doing, sir?
By the grace of God, I'm doing well. I hope you're also doing well.
We're blessed by grace. We're blessed by grace. Right, then. I also have in the studio Pastor David Delali. He's the senior pastor of Top Chapel in Hohoe in the Volta region. But he's with us here in the studios right here in Accra. A very good evening to you, Pastor David Delali.
Thank you.
Right. Let me first of all ask you, Reverend Barrigah, is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer, and their related activities, the LGBTQII plus, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it a moral issue or is it a right issue?
Thank you very much. I believe very sincerely that it is a moral issue. Now, in the sense that when we talk about morality, we are talking about what is right and what is wrong. And when we also talk about what is right and what is wrong, what is against the created natural order is considered to be wrong. And what is in keeping with the created natural order is considered to be right. So when we go back to the beginning of time, at the creation of the world, at the creation of mankind, God did it in a certain way. And when he also began the family, he did it by bringing a man and a woman together and told them to multiply and fill the earth. So if there is any other thing which runs contrary to this created order by God, I believe it is morally wrong. So I believe the issue of homosexuality is a moral issue. It's a moral issue, and it must be treated as such. Well, maybe as we go on, we also come to talk about other aspects, like the fact that things that are morally right should also has to do with values. So in a certain society, those things that are considered as values in such societies, they inform what is considered right or wrong morally. Yeah. So maybe as the discussion goes on, we will come to those ones.
Right. Yes, the position of the church is very clear on this whole LGBTQI thing. You being a leader with regards to the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, I want to know why the church has taken the stance it has taken this time around concerning this thing.
Thank you very much. I want to say that we had always taken this stand. Now, what we might have added is the fact that, because you know that unnatural carnal knowledge has always been on our statutes as a crime. Yeah, but we realized that the way things were going and the way the deviant sexual behaviors were being added onto on a daily basis. Like you said, Now it is LGBTQ IAA plus, and the plus means it is
It's
unending. I
yeah.
mean, many more could be added to it, and we don't know what more could be added. And the new one is P, which is pansexual. I don't know if you understand what pansexual means.
You can
It means
educate us, please.
you can have sex with inanimate as well as animate things. So excuse me, if you think that it is a piece of bread that you want to have a sexual relationship with, you have the right, so-called, to make a hole in the bread and do what you want to do and have your ejaculation as the case may be. And so we realize that there are many more additions coming on to the deviant sexual behavior of homosexuality and lesbianism already. And then recently, we also saw that they had opened an office in the country and all that. So we thought they were pushing it a little bit far. So we thought we should take definite steps to strengthen the law, the existing law on unnatural carnal knowledge, so that it will take care of any pluses that may come in the future, so that we don't destroy this nation, so that the curse that came upon the twin cities of Sodom and Gomorrah will also not come upon this nation. So we see that there is the activities of the LGBTQ community has been on the increase in recent times, and we think it is time for us to rise up and deal with it.
Rev, there are those who ask that how does someone's personal opinion about their sexuality pose a threat to the well-being of a nation, so much so that the body of Christ has taken it so seriously. It looks like infringing on the rights of someone. If I feel that yes, I'm a male, but I feel I'm a female, and so I want to go transgender, how does that play on the well-being of the country? How does that play on the well-being of the whole society, that the church has to stand in their way and infringe on their rights?
It is very dangerous in the sense that even if you take the trans community alone, so it could become trans age. So I'm a child of 7 years old, and I can say that I feel like I'm 54 years. So put 54 years to my age. I mean, it can create a whole lot of a problem in the society. Yeah, and to create confusion. It could create confusion. Children can rise up and say, no, I feel I'm a mother. I feel I'm a father. So it shouldn't be a matter of feeling. It should be a matter of reality. What is right and what is wrong? What is natural and what is unnatural? And the fact of the matter is that if it is unnatural and you are caught up in any behavior that is unnatural, there are ways and means of helping you, either physically or spiritually. And the church is well positioned to be able to offer such help to anybody who may have need of such help and who would come forward. In fact, the truth of the matter is that we are already helping people who have been caught up in this behavior and who have seen that it is evil. So they want to come out of it. So we are helping them. So some, are being handled, medically, some are being handled psychologically, some are being handled spiritually. Yeah. So if we don't take action against it, it has the potential of destroying the society. There'll be chaos. There'll be chaos. Everybody will rise up and do anything based on his feelings. I feel like this. And we don't think that will other well for us as a nation.
Paying critical attention to what you just said, I deduce that what you are trying to say is that the church doesn't have a problem with those who have a genuine problem as far as this is concerned. In fact, the church extends a hand of help, but the church's major problem is those who stand in a place as activists, to push the agenda. That's what the church is fighting. Is that the case?
Yes, we are fighting that. We are fighting those who are standing to promote such activities.
Okay.
Not only them, but those who are being caught up in it. Those who are being caught up in it, we want to help them. We don't hate them.
Okay.
I mean, it is being said that we are promoting hatred and all that, and that we hate such. No, we don't. We don't hate them. Even God does not hate them. God who created them and they are going that, that way, does not hate them. God loves them. His mercy and his grace are there to help them. And we are just the means by which God will want to reach out to such people and bring them back to what is right.
I'll be coming to you later on to ask you about the bill. We'll be talking about the bill. But let me just come to Pastor David Delali. Pastor Delali, what is the spiritual implication of this on us as a nation?
Okay. I think any culture or civilization that is negative has its roots in the spirit.
Any civilization that is negative has its roots
in the spirit. A human being, normal human being created in the image of God, can be bad. But man in himself does not sustain the ability to be bad or wicked to a certain level. So then when you see a certain level of inhumanity,
then it's influenced by a spirit. So this is spiritual.
To me, I'm looking at it from the angle of the spirit. Looking at the Bible, the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 12, it says, we wrestle not against principalities,
flesh and blood,
but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this world. This class of spirit we call the rulers of the darkness of this world. They are the kind of spirits that takes over the minds of people, influence them, and cause them to do things that they themselves that are doing it may think that they are guys. We are on top, we are trending, but in reality, they are going into destruction. Look, I was talking to somebody recently and I was telling the person that I have a 7-year-old daughter. Between the ages of 5 and 7, she started exhibiting certain character traits that made me very curious. This girl will bath. When there are males in the room, she says everybody should go out before she can
dress up.
She doesn't want anybody of the opposite sex to see her nakedness.
At 5.
At 5. And I'm saying to myself, this suggests to me that it is unnatural for a woman to expose herself. It doesn't make sense for a woman to just expose herself to a stranger, a total stranger she doesn't know anywhere. She exposes herself and becomes vulnerable in the presence of that person, like prostitute, excuse me to say, do. So then when you see a woman doing that, you are looking at a civilization that is being sponsored by a spirit into the soul of that lady. When you go into the soul of that lady, God gives you an eye and you can see. You will see that something bad is going on. I was talking to a friend in America recently, and I was asking him, we were talking about a friend who was doing something very negative. And I was asking him, I heard this analysis from a man of God, and I asked him the same thing. I said, if you went into the bush and you saw someone hanging on a tree with ropes on his neck, and they asked you to write a report, what would your conclusion be? Suicide.
Yes.
Now, what if you were hiding somewhere in the bush and you see the same person being dragged, and God opens your eyes and you see the same person being dragged by 2 evil spirits, and they bring the person to the tree, tie the person to the tree using the person's own hands, and then they knock whatever it is from under his feet and he hangs and he dies, and you are asked to write a report, your report will be different.
Yeah, that's murder.
Yes. But then, because we don't have eyes to see spirits, so when we see certain behaviors, we tend to believe that it is just the individual's behavior. No. A lot of these behaviors, they have their roots from the workings of the rulers of darkness. They rule over the darkness of this world. The negative things, civilizations, the things people call trending things that are not good things. For instance, there was a time they were playing a particular music. I don't want to mention the name, and people will be on the street and they will be turning their ways, wriggling, bing, 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 bing. And they say it's the thing that is trending. And you listen to some music that is very good. It's not trending. What are we talking about? These things are being sponsored by spirits. Look at Genesis chapter 6. When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, that was when we realized that a certain level of wickedness had come upon the face of the earth that was not normal. It was not there previously. From the time of Cain, Adam, till that time, there was wickedness upon the face of the earth. There was sin. But the sin was not so much like that. But the moment these people came, coming from a different civilization altogether, they came here, slept with the daughters of men, and they gave birth to giants. These giants, everything about them is abnormal. Their desire for food is abnormal. Desire for alcohol, abnormal. Desire for sex is abnormal. This was the time we heard about things like LGBTQ, whatever.
You are making reference to the Nephilim.
Yes, because when you study that writing in the book of Enoch and the book of Jubilee and also Joshua, he is telling us that during this period, they were not sleeping only with human beings. They were sleeping, he said, they began to sin against the beasts of the earth. They began to sin against the birds of the air. So they were sleeping with birds, they were sleeping with beasts. So you look into Greek mythology, you will see creatures that are half goat and half human, like Pan. Is one of the gods of Mount Olympus. And all the gods of Mount Olympus, about 20 of them, they were all gays.
Pastor Delali, that is scary because the level to which, per what you are saying, we are gravitating to is taking us to the days of Noah.
That is exactly what
we may incur the wrath of God for God to wipe away.
You see, I was reading something this afternoon, and I saw that one of the names God called the Nephilims is the lawless ones. And another name for the Antichrist that is coming
is the lawless one. So you are saying that this is the spirit of the Antichrist at work.
It is the spirit of the Antichrist at work. It is not just an issue of somebody's behavior. These people need our help. These people who are involved in these things, some of our brothers and sisters. My problem is not with those people who are just normally, they've been captured by the spirit and they don't even know what is going on.
But the activists.
But the activists, why are they trying to impose their way of life on us? They are too aggressive for my liking. Look, there are a lot of issues in this nation. We had election recently, some people died, and these people are not talking about it. We have issues like economic issues, very important issues. We have issues with our education and all kinds of things. They are not talking about it. Why would they be defending the right of these people instead of defending the right of people, legitimate issues? It's a concern to me. And I look at it and I saw that this thing is not normal. This thing is what happened in the days of Noah, that Jesus himself said, as it was in the days of Noah, so also shall it be in the days when the Son of Man shall come. And he also said again, he said, as it was in the days of Lot. During these two periods, what was really happening with these things? The Sodomites, I took time to search a little about Sodom, and I realized that Sodom is not only homosexuality that made God to destroy them. Sodom was a center of fraud. Sodom was full of fraudsters. They made lawless laws. Let me use that word. Lawless laws. The judges were corrupt to the point that anybody can buy a judge and they will do anything to an innocent person, and God got angry and God destroyed Sodom.
Wow.
The same thing was happening in the days of Noah. When you read the book of Joshua, it says that during the days of Noah, strong people, judges, could go and take people's wife from them, and they would take the women away from their husbands, and their husbands can't do anything about it. If you take it to court, they will judge the matter against you. And these were the kind of things that these spirits introduce into the human society. These are things that are not normal with human beings. A normal human being can be wicked, yes, to a certain extent. But when it passes a certain threshold, people like Adolf Hitler, you know that this man is not normal. Adolf Hitler was being influenced by a spirit. So when you see these kind of things going on, and I heard something the president said when they interviewed him, he said
that is bound to happen.
I want to believe that the president was speaking based on historical antecedent because of the aggressiveness of the people. I wish he didn't say that. If he hadn't said that, it would be good. But now he has already said it. But I want to believe that he wasn't saying it because he wanted the thing to happen, but based on historical antecedent, looking at the nations that these activists have defeated. The mighty United States of America,
Great Britain,
France, Sweden, all those Scandinavian nations, you look at their flag, there's a cross in their flag. What does that tell you?
They had Christian
These
foundations.
are the ancient kingdoms of Christianity. Their foundation was based on Christianity, Judeo-Christian values that made them great. Today they have, all those nations have accepted this thing because these activists were very aggressive. I want to believe that that was what the president was looking at when he was making that kind of statement, that because the people are so aggressive, it's bound to happen. But I want to say it must not happen.
Okay.
We Christians in Ghana want to say the president himself is a Christian, and I don't believe that he support that thing.
27 minutes to the top of the hour here on Joy 99.7 FM. This is A Walk with Jesus. We are discussing the legislation of the LGBTQI. Reverend Barrigah says there's a new one. P has been added to it. On the note of where Pastor Delali left off, Reverend Barrigah, I want to ask you regarding the bill. Look at these great nations, who have not been able to survive the level of aggression that these people put out there to enforce, what they will. Can we, as a nation, Ghana, will we be able to take it? Can we stand?
Oh, I believe we can definitely stand, because we are not standing in our own human strength. We who are Christians know that the Lord is firmly behind us. So even if it is only one person together with God, we are more than, we are more than all of them put together. So I believe with the Lord on our side, we are more than victorious. And to add to what my brother is saying, this whole thing is satanic. It's as simple as that. It is satanic, because everything that is opposed to the created order of God is satanic, has its basis there. He is the one who has, from the beginning of the creation of the world, been in opposition to God. So when God has said we should multiply and fill the earth, he is saying that we should stop procreation, because this has the potential of, extincting the whole human race. Because if we all begin to buy into this and we all become homosexuals and lesbians, who are going to procreate? So in the near future, when we are all extincted, then we are gone. And there'll be no world, even as the Lord wants it to be. Now, so it is satanic, and that is what it is. And we will win this fight. You know, we are not fighting from the side of defeat. We are fighting from the side of victory. Our God has won this battle already. You know, and we know we who are here today, we are very much privileged because there are precedents of what God has done to those who have allowed this thing to happen, to those who have tolerated it, like Sodom and the example of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, so if we are not careful and we don't fight this thing, it means we are bringing the consequences that were visited upon them upon ourselves. And I don't think we want to do that. And it will not happen. So I believe very sincerely in my heart that no matter how much pressure they put, we will stand. We will resist it. We will resist with all our strength, with all our might. Even at the peril of our lives, we will resist. We will stand on the side of the Lord. We will stand on the side of the Lord. And with the Lord standing with us, no amount of pressure can, can bring this thing about.
Reverend Barrigah, I would want to ask what's the stance of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council regarding the state of the bill as the conversation is going on right now?
You mean where they have gotten to now?
Yes. What's the stance of Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council?
No, we think things are going as they should, because you realize that the bill was presented to Parliament when they were just about to rise. So when the bill was admitted into Parliament, it was referred to the appropriate committee. And they have also asked for memoranda to be sent. I think they are taking the bill through the normal procedure that every bill should go through. And we are satisfied with where we have gotten to. I must say that we are a part of the National Coalition for Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values, which collaborated with the 8 parliamentarians to put the bill before Parliament. So we meet every now and then to see where we are and to chart the way forward. So we are okay with where we are now. With the memos having come in, we know that the committee is going to continue work and hold a stakeholders meeting where all those who have contrary views to the bill will come and present their case, and we who also stand with the bill will also present our case, so that that will inform the debate on the floor of Parliament and then the subsequent passing of the bill.
What will happen if the final verdict swings towards the other side?
Well, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that.
What will happen if it happens?
Well, then it would have meant that our representatives in Parliament have misrepresented us. Because yes, they would have disappointed us. They would have misrepresented us, because majority of Ghanaians, according to the CDD survey, 93% of the population do not want this same-sex relationships. 93%. And let's say they are representing the 93%. So if they go there and the bill fails, they don't pass it because they didn't vote for it, that means they have failed us. They have represented us. Because we who are in the majority are the ones who are saying that we don't want this. And it does not mean that we don't like those who are in the minority and who are caught up in this. We are ready to help them to come out.
Considering the aggression of these people, could it be that they have their right foot on a very strong foundation? That's why they are pushing so hard.
Oh, well, it does not matter. You see, what I'm saying is that it does not matter what foundation they are putting their foot on. The foundation we have our foot on is stronger than whatever foundation they have put their foot on. We stand with our late president, J.E.A. Mills, who told them that if there are any strings attached to their age, They can go with their age. God himself will help us. I believe as a nation, you have enough resources. If we manage them well, we'll be able to survive. In any case, our president, since he assumed office, has been preaching, his vision of a Ghana beyond aid.
Yeah.
So maybe this is an opportunity for us to
To look at
actualize
Ghana
that
beyond
dream of
aid,
the president, the Ghana beyond aid. In the days of General Champon, he brought about Operation Feed Yourself. And it worked to a very large extent. We were self-sufficient then. We were able to stand on our feet, even though, some parts of the world were against him, especially with the Mintria that he brought in, policy.
Yeah.
You see, but we were able to survive because we came together as a nation and we stood, to follow the vision that he brought then. And I believe our current president is a Christian because he has come to power on the wings of being a Christian. He has been there. His mantra is
the battle is the Lord's.
The battle is the Lord's. And that excites me so much that we have a president who knows that the battle is the Lord's. And if the battle is the Lord's, I mean, it's done. Yes, it's done.
Right. You can start sending your comments and your questions via WhatsApp is 055-1111-997. We're live on Facebook as well. What's your thought about the passing of the anti-LGBTQI plus bill? We're looking at legislation against the bill, looking at the issue from a moral perspective. And my guests are Reverend Emmanuel Barrigah, General Secretary of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, and then Pastor David Delali. Pastor Delali, eventually, when we have the upper hand and the bill is passed, will that be the end of the battle? Have we won? Is there anything else to do? No. Looking at the fact that you're saying this thing comes from a strong spiritual, foundation.
Yeah, I think right now the battle is on. It's a battle for the soul of the nation.
It's a battle for the soul of the nation.
Yes. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, we need to.
So it means that, not to take the wind out of your sail, it means that Ghana is like Jesus, who has just finished a 40-day, 40-night fast, and the enemy has come and is trading.
What we're going through right now.
I see.
Our president we need to pray for him. He's standing at the gates of politics. He's the political gatekeeper of the nation. The parliamentarians, they are gatekeepers as well. And the pressure is going to be on them. A lot of you've been hearing about men of influence in this society, professors and co, and they are against the bill. You don't know what is going on. It's a battle. They are targeting certain men and women of influence in the society. And all those people, they need our prayer. Instead of condemning them, no, let's pray for them. That God will strengthen them, empower them to do the right thing. Eventually God will never force his will on anybody. But we can pray to the point that the influence of the enemy over the people will be broken. Now, after the bill is passed, we should not relax. We should continue to pray. Because these people will go underground. And they will use the socio-economic problems in our society to influence people with money to become whatever.
They will push money.
They will push money and the thing will go underground and people will be doing it in underground and you will be here. You say bill. The bill cannot arrest people on their own, on its own. They say constitution. The constitution has to be enforced by somebody. Now, if the society, people go underground and they are doing these things underground, how would you know? The thing will now grow up with our children and it will caught up with them in the future. I heard a gentleman say that the MP who is sponsoring the
Sam George,
Sam George, He said that some judges' children or grandchildren will apologize one day and they will withdraw the bill.
Really?
Yes.
A Ghanaian said
Yes,
so.
a gentleman said that. I heard it. I think his name is, I think Kofi Bentel or something. I read that thing on Ghana Web, and I said, "Wow, that means these people, even when we win, they will
They
still
still want to
fight."
push through.
Aha. So the gentleman was trying to say that for now, the bill is going to pass, but that will not be the end, and that the thing. I believe these people, they are not. I want to believe that they are looking at the historical antecedent of how these people fought stronger systems and stronger institutions and prevailed.
So that is
So
that
if
is
they,
how America bowed to them.
Yes.
That's how Britain bowed to them. They intend to do same with us.
yeah. So they go for men of influence, people who are standing at the gate. You, your boss, is one of them.
What will you do?
What would you do? Your food is at stake. Your family. When the enemy came to Jesus and said, "If you are the Son of God, bow to me," what do you think he was saying? He was saying, "Give me your soul so I can give you glory, whatever you want." It is the same thing today. When the Bible says that, "I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper,
And
even
being
as thy
thy soul prospers.
But the enemy will say that, "I want you to prosper at the expense of your soul." So it's a battle for the souls.
Reverend Barrigah, on the note of what Pastor Delali is saying, it looks like the thing goes beyond just the passing of the bill. Does your outfit and the leadership of the Christian body in Ghana see this thing through this lens?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the battle is not going to end with the passing of the bill, because Satan does not give up. When Jesus had overcome him at the time of the temptation in the wilderness, we hear that he left him
For a while.
For a while. So he was always there. When he wanted to go to the cross, he was there to discourage him from going to the cross, and always and yeah. So we know that the devil does not relent. So we will also not relent. So we will not just go to bed after the passing of the bill. As my brother has said, we'll continue with our efforts. We'll sustain the prayer, the momentum for prayer, the momentum for preaching the gospel. You see, this, as he said, is a battle for souls, not the soul of the nation and the souls of the citizens of the nation. Now, so if we are able to get the people to accept Christ and to commit their lives to him, now so that Christ rules in their lives, that will be much of the problem solved. Yeah, so we are not going to relent. We are going to intensify our evangelistic and discipleship efforts. We are going to intensify our prayers and all that we need to continue to do, education and all that. As a council, we have told our member churches, today was our GPCC week Sunday. Last Friday, we had to write to them to tell them, even though we had not said so previously before the start of the week, to dedicate today to educating the members and also to call for prayer. My brother spoke about praying for the people who are in the fog. We need to bear our president up in prayer. I believe by now he might be going under a whole lot of pressure. He might be going through a whole lot of pressure. So we need to bear those people up in prayer. The Speaker of Parliament, we need to bear them up in prayer. The members of Parliament, we need to bear all of them up in prayer. We don't have to go to bed at all. I mean, we don't have to relent for a moment. We must keep the fervor, the spiritual fervor up. I mean, we must even increase it. We must increase our spiritual fervor. Everything that we are doing, we must do it more. We must do everything that we are doing. We must do more of that. So we won't go to bed after passing this bill.
Right.
We'll continue to preach and to win the souls of those who are involved in it, and also to, seal every in it. When you close a door, the devil will find another one by which to come in. So we'll keep on closing every door that he wants to open. And we have to do that standing on our feet and, praying.
Right.
And
a few messages that have come through via Facebook. Godwin Abayate says that those parliamentarians trying to speak against the bill intellectually must consider it again. Royal Guy is watching us from Dawenya. Elvis Danso as well. This one says that God bless you, men of God, for this educative program. God richly bless you. All right, then. Good evening, Pastor and guests. I have goats and fowls in my home. I've never seen a male goat crossing another male. The devil is at work. Those in authority supporting these acts must be prayed for. Demons are just using them. All right. This one also says that the example given about the Bahamas even makes it sickening. Don't force them. Don't force some countries' culture. Believe the ethics in Ghana. He said the professor, the doctors, lawyers defending these acts should understand that they don't hold the keys to common sense. The LGBTQI bill must be passed. All right. Can I see some more messages? This one says that if accepting homosexuality because of financial gains, may I know if the gay associations are bigger than the box sites in the country. Okay, if we have to accept financial gains from gay associations, may I know if these gay associations are bigger than the box sites in the country, are bigger than the gold, the diamond, the timber, the oil we have in this country? You say, it no be any money we they spent. Dagate in Dansoman says so. All right, then. Good evening, Uncle Ato. It's been a great discussion. I side with your guests, and I think we need to pray because it's a spiritual issue. Why is this bill delaying? Ajiman Joseph from Community 9 in Tema says so. All right. This one says that our foundation is stronger than their aid. All right. Daniel Akofo Japia also says so. Good evening, Pastor Ato. Yes, so Pastor Delali, there are legitimate issues to talk about, ranging from economics to education, to cite just a few. Here we are talking about this. What a shame. Let the activists know that rights are not absolute. It isn't even right that one must have PTO. It isn't even a right that one must have. Say PTO, PT. Nina from Sakumono says so. Okay. Some more messages have come through. Let me just read a couple of them. Godwin says that the Lord bless you, men of God. These people must be very careful in this nation. Those parliamentarians trying to debate the bill intellectually must reconsider it. You can't joke with God. Right. Godwin sending this from Dodowa. Can a response be given as the program is going on? Okay. Okay, all right. I think that the message was not. I am a Muslim. It says, I don't believe and side with the LGBTQI plus from Imrana Madaha Boku Central. All right. So, many more messages. Time will not permit us to read all the messages. Apostle Robert Jani says that this is not about feeling. It's a demonic influence. We must stand against it. I side with you, Apostle. I side with you. Hayford Insia says that it is time Christian leaders begin to encourage students to target being lawyers, being judges, being parliamentarians, journalists. This is how they overcame the U.S. and many other countries. Once there are people raised once there are people are raised to occupy these positions, it's over. Okay, I agree with you that we have to start encouraging our Christian youth to target these positions so that we have Christians at the helm of affairs. I'm going to take your last words, men of God, beginning with you, Reverend Barrigah. Your last words, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. As we have said, till the bill is passed and assented to by the president, we must keep up with what we are doing, praying, and also educating the people. Education is very important. Many people, I'm very sad to say this, even some of the people who are opposing the bill, it seems they don't understand the provisions of the bill. So they are miseducating the people. They are not telling the people the truth that is contained in the bill. Yeah, so let us give time to education so that people can get to know what is in the bill, so that whoever may still be opposing the bill will understand that this bill is in the interest of everybody, including those who have been caught up in this, satanic behavior. They can be helped out of it. So let's keep up the spirit. Let us unite as Christians and as a nation against this. As the chairman of the Church of Pentecost said, this is about Ghana. It is about our dear nation, Ghana. So it is time for all of us, Christians, Muslims, traditional worshippers, traditional rulers, and every citizen of this nation to rise up and defend our nation and protect this nation from being destroyed by the wrath of God. So I want to call all leaders to continue to sustain the actions that we are taking and to do much more. Let us continue to bear our leaders up in prayer, especially our president and those around him, our parliamentarians, and all those who are in the forefront in the passage of this bill.
All right.
And I believe that, the Lord is on our side.
Amen.
So God makes you victorious.
Amen. Pastor David Delali, in just a few seconds, your last words,
like
sir.
I said earlier, this thing is spiritual. The gods of Mount Olympus, 20 of them, they were all gays, transgender, lesbians, things like that. And so this thing is rooted in spiritual something. So we need to pray. We will show love to our brothers and sisters who are involved in that thing. Not kill people. I don't advise anybody to go around killing people. Because if you shed blood, God will require
the blood from your hands.
Yeah. It's not in the Bible to kill people because they went to commit some crime. Two wrongs can never make one right. So we'll pray. We'll support the people who are into those things. We'll try to win them and help them out of it.
Right.
But prayer is very, very important in this battle.
All right. Thank you very much, men of God. My guests tonight have been Reverend Emmanuel Barrigah. Reverend Emmanuel Barrigah is the General Secretary of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, GPCC, and Pastor David Delali of Top Chapel. This is where we wrap up on today's edition of A Walk with Jesus. We hand you over into the able hands of Uncle Ken. He's going to be treating you to some wonderful jazz tunes. This has been A Walk with Jesus. Many thanks to Abraham Ofosofori for the production, and to you, Michaela, as well. God richly bless you. My name is Ato Acquah. Stay tuned to 99.7 megahertz. God bless you. We're out.
The discerning ear